tribal was great. My alliance, the Brain 4, controlled everything. And yeah, that might put a target on our back, but we also have the idols. So at the moment, I feel very comfortable with my position. And I'm just going to continue trying to make big moves, obviously try and tone it down. Or we could just go full steam ahead because we have the idol. Well, congratulations guys. Yeah, we made a big move. So what do we do from here? Well, like, do we tone back a bit? I mean, we could, but what's stopping us from going full steam ahead? We have the idol, so if those guys get skeptical of us, then we can just use the idol on one of us. Yeah, but we only have the idol's only good for, well, once we use the idol, right? If we use the idol at the next tribal council, we'll be still coming back to camp 4 or 5 down. So what do we do? Do we go look for another idol? I mean, give us more power, because there's bound to be a merger. So me and Kelly and Peter and Ethan made a pretty bold move last tribal, and now that could put a target on our back. Now we do have an idol, and that's in the position of Kelly, but another idol will give us, well, a lot more domination over this tribe, which is probably what we should be looking for right now. So me and the other 3 Brain members made a big move last tribal, and we do have an idol under our belts if things do go south. However, that's only good for one tribal, because once we use it, it's gone. And if we are to use it at the next tribal, well then we come back 5-4 down still. So the idol is very important. And if we find it, then we're kind of in a good spot right now, because it means at least we get to final 8 as a core 4. You guys have anything? No, I have nothing. Can't find anything. I think I may have found something. It's this. Is that an idol? I don't think so. I think that's just a rock. I mean wait, there's a note attached to it. I mean, it says it's idol nullifier. It gives me the power to, you know, block someone's idol if they play it. Oh, interesting. Look, in all seriousness, it's not an idol. But it still gives me power. It still gives us power. It's a step in the right direction. An idol nullifier could be huge because, you know, someone could have an idol, and, you know, with it, it gives us the opportunity to, you know, take somebody out with it, potentially. I mean, say somebody we want to target them, but then they play an idol, and now all their votes, you know, get discounted, and that would be horrible. But if I play this correctly, then that person, potentially, that idol is irrelevant, and those votes still count. So this could be huge in the context of this game. Do you guys think that was like the merge advantage or idol? Like, do you think there's an idol? I still think there's an idol. I mean, that's just added to the game for, well, just, you know, added new dynamic. Survivor is a constant rotating door, and this idol nullifier is a Survivor just continuing to rotate. The game is always changing, and this is a new twist we've never seen before in the game. If we play it correctly, you know, things are looking interesting, really. Well, that certainly could have gone a lot better. Yeah, what the hell happened there? Well, quite obviously, the Brain 4 controlled the vote. I mean, I thought it was a clean and cut vote in Ben, but things seem more split. Where do you think the 2 votes came from for you and me? I mean, Roger and Ben would have voted together. I'm presuming they would have voted for you, because physically I think you're a bigger threat, but why did Ashley and Abby decide to flip on us and try and take me out, or even you out there? Isn't that kind of no clue? All we know is that things are split in this tribe, and that those Brain 4 are, well, you know, running this camp. So do we try and get everyone on board to take one of those 4 out? We could, but I mean, what about, like, I still don't want to discard Ben. I mean, like, I know he's not like the biggest threat overall strategically, but I don't trust him. Yeah, I mean, I get that, especially when he played an idol at the Tombu. He played an idol. Yeah. Girl, you need to tell me this beforehand, not right now. That would be great knowledge to learn. So, the bombshell that Ben played an idol, I didn't know about that. I think some people did. The fact that no one really told me is unbelievable to me. I mean, like, if I knew that, that would have changed the whole perspective, because I would have let people who didn't know about that know about that. And that it could have played a huge part at last Tribal Council. I don't want Ben to make it to the end with an idol on his resume, a successful idol play mind you, and taking out a big player like Tom. However, the Brain 4, they made a big move, and strategic players tend to win this game. Now, if I'm thinking deeply about it, I still see those 4 Brain people as pretty good allies to align myself with, because, you know, I mean, although they are kind of physical, they're not the biggest physical threats. I mean, Kelly said her win was purely belief, so aligning myself with them might not be stupid. Look guys, I'm looking at the end of this game, because right now we're at the jury stage. So, overall, I say we kind of work with the Brain 4. Why, they made a big move. Yeah, I know that. But Ben had that idol play, and I don't want him to make it to Final 3 and have that successful idol play on his resume. We take him out now, we get rid of a big physical threat and a big loose cannon in this game. Good point, but why do you want to work with 4 of the biggest strategic players in this game? We saw last Tribal that they made a big bombshell move. I'm open to suggestions, that's just where I'm sitting right now. So Damien is considering to work with those 4 Brain people. Now I understand it would be a solid 7-person alliance. However, that 7-person alliance seemingly doesn't work at a Final 7 situation because it is 4-3. So I don't know really where he's sitting on this one. Well, the thing I'm worried about is that Final 7, if we are to work with those 4 Brain people, we're down 4-3. Yeah, that is a problem, but I've got something that can kind of contradict that. I have the idol. That's huge. So what, at Final 7 we just use it if we are to work with those 4 Brain people? Yeah, and then if we can get through that Final 7 vote and it's 3v3, we have an opportunity to tie a vote. I mean, realistically we have the power to go down to rocks. I don't really want to do that, but it gives us an option in this game. And you kind of have to play risky here. Because this is the merge now, so it's go hard, or you're just gonna have to leave the game, well, after doing nothing. Showing, well, my allies the idol is a bit, well, could be bad, could be good. Now they are my allies, so I think they deserve the right to know about it. And if I just went behind their backs and didn't tell them, I'd look untrustworthy. Now it hopefully will pull them into my idea, because I want my idea to work. I think working with those Brain 4, while might not be the biggest thing ever, like get rid of from here on, just have 3 easy votes. You know, that doesn't seem like the biggest move ever, but it gets us an opportunity where we should make Final 6 regardless. And I like those odds at the moment. If I'm able to tie a vote, I feel like I'm comfortable. That's where I sit. And I think it would be a big move. What did you think of that? Well, it is a massive bombshell. I mean, I didn't expect him to have the idol. I don't know how long he's had the idol for, but at least he decided to tell us. Yeah, it's good, but what do you think of his overall plan? I mean, I like the idea. I don't 100% trust those 4 Brain members. I am willing to get to know them, but you know, they controlled the vote last Tribal Council. Those 4 are equally some of the biggest players in the season so far. So overall, I still need to earn faith with those 4, and if I'm not getting their faith, I can't see myself working with them. Yeah, I see that the same way as well, but Damien seems pretty cut and clean on this idea. So I feel like wherever way I go, I have options. I have a lot of options. Physically, I think I am alright. So physically, I think I can make it deep into the game. But strategically, I need to know what's the best way for me to go. Now, working with Damien and working with those 4 Brain, you know, that's an easy Final 7 to get to. And I don't mind those odds. I mean, those 4 Brain people, I think I can easily beat in the challenge. So that should get me to the end. And I'll be working with my allies, which is perfect. And we have an opportunity to make it to Final 6 with the idol and tie a vote. Now, on the other hand, I don't trust those 4. Am I willing to get to know them? Absolutely, because I want to get to know everybody. But I still don't know if they're the people to work with at this stage. Well, that certainly could have gone a lot better. Yeah, I mean, those 4 Brain people really controlled that vote. But however, I mean, it wasn't us, so we're still in the game. I guess we realistically just need to keep pushing forward. So, I was very much coming to the conclusion that it was me or Ben. Like, the closer we got to Trouble Council, I got a lot more worried. Now, I knew that Damien could have gone home, but I didn't expect Nick to pick up votes, and I certainly didn't expect Ashley to go home. So, I'm obviously, like, a little bit in shock, a little bit disappointed that Damien, the person I wanted to go home, didn't go home. But at the same time, I'm still here and so is Ben. And so the further we can dodge bullets and get deeper into the game, the more control we can gain. And so this is honestly not the worst result ever. Can I talk to you guys? Sure. Okay, so I'm not in the best position ever because my closest ally got taken out. So you want to work with us? I mean, first of all, why us over those other group of people? Well, I don't trust Nick. And obviously Damien and Tina are working with Nick, so those guys are a complete loss. And the Brain 4, well, they took out my allies. Well, you know, to get a majority, we're going to have to work with one of those sides. Yes, that's why I've come to you guys. Now, I would rather work with Brain 4 because the realization that Nick wanted me out for a while, or was trying to target me for a while, was purely mind-boggling to me, and I don't trust him. Well, we're willing to take Nick out and get those Brain 4 on our side if that's what it takes to get a majority. So yeah, we're fine working with you. Yeah, completely fine. I was obviously a little bit pissed by the vote because Ashley was my closest ally and I did not see that coming at all. Now, I know it was the Brain 4 to take them out because, well, you've got to be stupid if you didn't see it. The Brain 4 ultimately controlled that vote, and how they climbed in that position is mind-boggling to me. Now, obviously, I do view them as a bigger threat than Damien, Nick, and Tina, but personally, I hate Nick. I mean, I have no more respect for him because he long ago, he wanted to target me. Now, that could be water under the bridge, yes. However, I can't really forgive that. And overall, I don't trust him going forward, and physically, he's a big threat. So I don't mind working with those 3 brawn people to get the 4 brain people on our side. And then, boom, we take out Nick, and then we take out Damien, and we take out Tina. Now, I do like Damien and Tina, but at the moment, if we take out Nick, they're not going to want to work with me. Are you ready to get to your second individual immunity challenge? Yeah! For today's challenge, you're going to go one by one and jump at a platform. If you stay on it, you move on to the next round. If you fall, you're out of the challenge. Last person standing will win immunity safe from the vote. Losers, Trouble Council, where somebody will be the 9th person voted out of this game and the 2nd member of the jury. Alright, we'll draw for spots and then we'll get started. First up is Peter. And he makes it, first try. Next up is Abby. Oh, and she's on and off. Up next is Damien. He's on and off. Up next we have Tina. At the moment, Peter's the only person who've made it. Oh, and Tina makes it. After Tina, we have Roger. And Roger makes it. That's 3 people have made it, 2 have not. Up next is Ethan. Oh, he completely misses. Next up, we have Kelly. She's on. She has a chance at winning immunity again. Next up is Nick. He's on. I mean, we've got 2 jumpers left. Madison is up now. She's off. Ben is the last jumper of the first round. Oh, he completely misses. We move on to the second round. First up is Peter. Oh, he misses this time. He's out of the challenge. Tina is up now. Oh, she misses. Roger's going now. So far, no one has made it. Roger makes it. He moves on to the next round. Kelly goes now. She makes it. She moves on to the next round. Nick goes now. He makes it. We have our final 3 competitors. They are Roger, Kelly, and Nick. Roger will go up first. He doesn't make it. Kelly's turn now. She completely misses. Nick will go last. If he makes it, he wins immunity. If he doesn't, we start again. And he does it, meaning Nick wins immunity and is safe from the vote. Congratulations, Nick, on winning immunity. Guaranteed spot in the final 9. as for the rest of you guys, Tribal Council tonight with somebody will be the 9th person voted out of this game and the 2nd member of the jury. It will not be you. Alright, grab yourself a bet to cap. I'll see you tonight. Winning immunity is, well, great feeling. It means I'm not going home. I've made final 9. It gives me the belief that I can dominate physically this season. And so going forward, I expect to do just that. So are we still good on trying to take out Ben? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm fine with working with those 4 brain people. I mean, kind of changed my mind that idol, really. Yeah, so I guess Ben is a go. I mean, he didn't do very well in the challenge today, but he's still a physical threat. And he played that idol. Yeah, I agree. At the moment, I do believe that Ben is the person to go because of that idol play, and he's got a good physical prowess. I mean, other than that, I don't think he's really on his resume that would make him win. However, he is a loose cannon, and I don't fully trust him. And I do still think it's an easy vote that people can agree on, and if that brings people together and allows me to pull off this plan, then I'm fine with that. Hey guys, so me, Tina, and Nick are doing Ben tonight. We're wanting to bring you on the idea. Huh. Interesting. I mean, I'm not against it, so why not? So tonight, Damien, Tina, and Nick are voting for Ben, which I think is a bit simple. It does make sense to take Ben out, especially because of the knowledge that he did play an idol, his physical threat. You know, that could play a part in our decision making tonight. But once again, they've got 3 people, we don't know who they're voting for. If they're voting for us, it makes the decision quite easy. If they aren't voting for us, then once again, the brain 4 have control over the vote. So, guys, what do you guys think? Well, it's a bit simple, but I mean, I get the reasoning. I mean, he's like the same reasoning basically for him going out last time. He played an idol. He's physical. He's a loose cannon. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ben. I don't trust him. Well, like, what do you guys think? Should we just do it? I mean, I'm not against doing it, but like, there's 3 people that, and Abby, Roger, and Ben, we don't know what they're doing at the moment. And if they are voting for us, it makes the decision easy. So you want to get to know what they're doing? Yeah, it gives us options so we can control the vote again. So tonight's Tribal Council could be very simple depending on what Ben, Roger, and Abby are doing. I mean, we don't know what if Abby might be working with those 2, who knows. If Abby is working by herself, that makes no one want to work with her. But if Ben and Roger are doing something, then I want to know what's up, because it gives us options. So if they are targeting us, then it makes the option simple. So tonight, the Brain 4 could again have all the power. What do we do now? Yeah, well, next one immunity, so we need to change the target. If we're still going to target that free beauty group, then probably Damien. I mean, he's the next biggest physical and strategic threat up from Nick. I mean, he was going to be the target after Nick, wasn't he? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, try and get those Brain 4, I guess? Yeah, that makes the most sense at this moment. So, tonight, it's me, Abby, and Roger trying to get the 4 Brain people on board to take out Damien, because Nick won immunity and we were going to try and take out Nick, but after Nick was gone, we were going to take out Damien. So, you know, it's just a second chance draw, and unfortunately, it's Damien tonight. Hey, you two. Oh, hey, you guys, what are you doing? Well, we wanted to come up and talk to you because tonight, me, Roger, and Ben voted for Damien, and we want you on board because we think Damien is a big physical and strategic threat. I mean, physically, he might not be the best. I mean, but strategically, I think he's the best from that group of 3. Are you just saying this because you wanted to take out Nick? Yes, we wanted to take out Nick, but this is just, we get rid of Damien and then Nick and Tina go right after that. I think it's the best possible way. Alright, well, I guess we'll think about it. So, putting faith into 4 people who controlled the last Tribal Council is a little bit nerve-wracking, but I reckon that I've done everything I can. I can try, if things don't go my way and one of them, and either Abby or Ben go out tonight, and if it's not me, I need to do whatever I can to maintain that I stay here. So I either just go aggressively, which in turn could get me eliminated, or I can try and play a little bit more socially to ensure that people want to keep me around. Now, social players do get targeted. However, if I hang low under the radar, I don't think those Brain 4 will value me as much of a target, which will in turn keep me around for long. So Abby and Roger came up to talk to us and said those two and Ben are voting for Damien tonight. So we either pick a side. Do you know we could just do the same thing we did last tribal and come up with a target by ourselves? Yeah, we could do that, but strategically I don't think it's smart. Oh yeah, good point, because if we are to do it, and then we'll be just losing favour with everybody here. Exactly. So we have to pick a side tonight. Alright, well, I'm honestly leaning more towards Damien. Same. I mean, I don't really know the guy much, but I know he is quite charming with his looks, and he is a little bit physical, and strategically, I haven't seen him do a lot, but I know it's there, because of just the way he acts. Yeah, he seems to be in such a good power position just about. I'm leaning more towards Ben because of the loose cannon. He poses. I mean, the realization that he played an idol obviously scares me a little bit because, you know, he's going to have a good resume built up if he makes it to Final 3. We're going to come up with a decision because we're going to piss somebody off. So, we're going into Tribal Council tonight with power again. Obviously, the power is a bit split between us because it's between Damien and Ben, and so we're a bit split on it. So, I am a little bit worried votes could tie, but nonetheless, we've got power. The Brain 4 have got power again, so we are controlling the Merge tribe at the moment. Welcome, Alpha Mayo tribe, to your second Merge Tribal Council. First things first, we're bringing the members of the jury. Ashley, voted out at last night's Tribal Council. Okay, Nick, you win immunity. How do you feel? Great, Jeff. I'm not going home tonight. And I really just have nothing more to say about it. I mean, some people think it's a curse, not me. I think it's the one thing I think I can really dominate at. So, yeah, I feel terrific. Medicine. It was a very split decision last tribal. Are we looking at something similar tonight? Potentially, Jeff? I mean, with such a split decision, I mean, there's going to be some, you know, well, split thoughts on it, really. And some people are going to be pissed off, some aren't. So that could really waver in the decision making tonight. So Tina, now that we've started the merge and the jury stage has finally begun, have you had a thought of who you would like to see on the jury and who you would like to not take to the final 3? Oh, certainly, Jeff, that always comes into consideration. However, I do still think we're a bit early on to decide stuff like that. I mean, the jury phase has just begun, and I like all these people here. So I don't really have many targets that I would like to say, oh no, I don't want to be with you anymore. So Damien, are we looking down the barrel of another surprising tribal council? Yeah, I certainly do think there will be a blind side tonight. Who? I have no idea. Hopefully it's the person I want to go home. So Roger, are you worried tonight? Yes, Jeff. I don't know if I'm in the right position, so that could waver, and that could send me home tonight. I'm nervous. Alright, with that it is time to vote. Ethan, you'll start us off. Ben, I don't necessarily trust you, and I know the deeper you get in the game, the stronger you become. So I need to cut those ties right now. Damien, I mean, I probably would have preferred it to be Nick, but you're just gonna have to do. I'll go tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. No? Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be able to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Ben. Second vote, Damien. That's 1 vote Ben, 1 vote Damien. Third vote, Ben. That's 2 votes Ben, 1 vote Damien, 7 votes left. Fourth vote, Ben. That's 3 votes Ben, 6th vote, Damien. We're tied again. 3 votes Ben, 3 votes Damien, 4 votes left. 7th vote, Ben. That's 4 votes Ben, 3 votes Damien, 3 votes left. 8th vote, Ben. That's 5 votes Ben, 3 votes Damien, 2 votes left. The 9th vote. And the 9th person voted out and the second member of the jury. Ben. Ben, that's 6, that's enough for tonight, no need to read the last vote, come bring me your torch. Ben, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Survivor has always been a game of thin margins, but tonight you've come to tribal and made a pretty decisive vote. Grab your torches and back to camp. Good night. I knew from the moment I took Tom out that I would have always been targeted, so this is not very unexpected for me.
I mean, it doesn't hurt the blow nonetheless. I mean, I'm very disappointed. I had a good chance at winning this game if this vote went my way, but it didn't. And, I mean, I can't really argue. I swung for the fences, and instead of the ball flying over the top, it, well, obviously hit the fence and bounced out, so I screwed up. But if I needed to make something flash happen and it didn't work.
You know, I am a little bit disappointed because I thought I had a pretty solid game built up around some pretty flashy moves,